Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, before I start, I'm going to be honest, I am robbing this idea from the great Ed Milet. I was out walking this morning and I was just listening to his podcast, and he was talking about this topic. And I thought it was a great topic, and that's why I just thought I would repurpose it here and talk it through with you. Now, what Ed Milet was talking about in his podcast was on the topic of vision. Now, that is selling whatever vision you have to yourself and also to your audience. Whoever's following you right now, are you motivating them? Are you selling them on the idea that, yes, they can be a great blogger. Yes, they can be a great TikToker. Yes, they can be a great YouTuber or a fiction writer, whatever. But are you selling your audience on a particular thing that you know that they can do, that they would love to do? They'd love to be successful on YouTube or TikTok or be a fiction writer or whatever. So are you selling them on that dream? So that's what Ed was talking about in his podcast. But he was actually talking as well too about the vision for ourselves and how we actually sell our vision to ourselves. And it kind of got me thinking, when it comes to visions, a lot of us sometimes sell ourselves short. We sell ourselves on a small vision. We might say to ourselves, well, my vision right now is to earn $1,000 a month extra with my online business, which is a worthy goal. And I'm not demeaning it, I'm not laughing at it, but is that goal big enough for you? Is that a great enough vision for you? And what I mean by that is that while $1,000 right now might seem a little bit outside your comfort zone, might seem a little bit far out there, is it far enough out there? Because you'll find that sometimes the goals that we set up are really small. The visions that we have for our business are so small that it's very easy for us to say, well, what's the point of me showing up today? I want to make $1,000 a month, but I'll take the day off, or I just won't create content, or, no one's really going to miss me if I don't show up because my goal's so small. But I'm sure if your goal or your vision was bigger, where you said to yourself, well, I want to have a vision where I'm making $10,000 a month. Or I have a vision that my business is going to bring in $100,000 a month. Now, I'm sure as you can see, as we have gone to higher levels, I'm sure while that probably seems scary, it seems scary maybe to be taking in $10,000 a month, or it seems scary to have a business that will be taking in $100,000 a month. But I'm sure if you moved up to those levels, you would be more motivated to show up, because you're not showing up today for $1,000, you're actually showing up today for $10,000, or you're actually showing up today because you're going to be working on a business that is going to produce $100,000 a month. I'm sure you can see that as you kind of have a bigger vision for yourself, it probably will mean that you will show up more often. You will be more consistent. You will show up on days when you don't want to show up. Going back to the $1,000, if that's my goal, well, it's easy for me to say, well, screw it, I'll show up tomorrow, or I'll do a couple of blog posts next week and we'll see how it goes. But that kind of we see how it goes never really works out. So maybe right now, because if you do find that maybe you're in a situation where you're just lacking motivation, lacking inspiration, it could be that maybe you're just not thinking big enough. Now, as we get older, I think life, school, your society, all the content we're surrounded by does kind of drum those big ideas out of us. That we'll, when we get out of school, we're only going to have a job that pays maybe $10 or $20 an hour, or, that our biggest achievement will be to own a house of our own, or be able to go on a holiday once a year. Look around yourself, you probably find a lot of people are at that level. Now, again, I'm not demeaning anyone. If that is your goal in life, that's perfect, if that's your goal in life. But I think for a lot of us who want more from life, who want more freedom, who want to have more money, who want to make a difference, our goals need to be higher. And I want you to think about your goal you have right now. Whatever your vision is it tiny or is it a bit bigger? And if it is tiny, it could be the reason, you're not motivated today. Why you're not showing up consistently is because it doesn't actually light anything in you. It's just like lighting a single match and just looking at that small flame. That could be your goal right now. And can you really get fired up with the flame from a match? But what if you change that and you put in a huge firework today? I'm sure you could see that lighting that firework will drive you on. It will propel you forward. It'll make you motivated. It'll make you inspired. It'll make you think about all the wonderful visions when you actually get there. It'll make you think about, wow, if I was making $100,000 a month, can you imagine all the money I would have, all the freedom I would have, all the difference I would be making in the world? You know, the amount of people I would be affecting, how I would be changing lives. That, when you think about it, that huge goal, that big vision is, it's going to drive you forward. It's going to inspire you to show up today, to do your best. So think about that today. As I said, I was just listening to Ed today, and I kind of got me thinking, is my goals big enough? Are my ideas big enough? And maybe I'm not having as much success, or I'm not showing up as consistently because my vision is too small. So I'm thinking about that at the moment, about enlarging my vision, going for a higher goal. Now, this goal is going to be outside my comfort zone. It's going to seem like something that I will never achieve. But when I look back at some of the goals I had in the past, some of the things I thought I would never do, I did them. So just, if you do go for a bigger goal, don't believe that you're not going to achieve it. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen next week. You don't know what's going to come along down the line that's going to make that far easier for you to actually achieve that goal. So don't kind of look at tomorrow's goal through today's eyes, believing that you can't achieve it because you're looking at tomorrow's goal through today's eyes. Have tomorrow's goal out there. Have it like a beacon or a light off in the distance that you can aim for, and it's going to motivate you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to get you to show up on days when you don't want to show up. It's going to also motivate you to get outside your comfort zone, because that is where you're going. So bear that in mind today. How big is your vision? And if it's not big enough, maybe that's why you're having problems right now. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.